Good morning, everybody. All right. Whoever's throwing rocks, that's not funny. I feel like I'm on the playground with the kids. Good morning, everyone. Margaret, I hope you have a good rest when you get a chance to. Must have been something in the air last night because I have been up since midnight. So I went to bed at 9. And then Fritzy decided he had to go potty at about 12:15. And then my brain went, hey, what are we doing? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And off we went. So I have been awake since about midnight. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you all for joining me this morning. What day is it? It's Wednesday. So, yeah, I did try to lay back down at around 2, but then, good morning, Raylene. Drive careful, please. And everybody in the way of the storm, please be careful. As my dad used to say, batten down the hatches. I do have some fun stories to share with you guys to make you smile and laugh. And of course, it has to do with the children because they're so funny. I can't even take it. So, first, good morning, Vivian. Good morning, everyone. I just ate some grape nuts. I think it's stuck in my teeth. But anyway, you guys let me know if I have something stuck in my teeth. Good morning, Amber. So, I'm finding a trend, which is not a good one. So when I work in the cafeteria with the kids, whatever they're having for lunch, I start craving, right? Because I forget to eat before I go into work. And then by the time I'm out, it's about 2 o'clock. So day 1, the kids had hot dogs, which I had hot dogs the day before. But this one little girl had a salad that looked so good. So when I got out of work, I went to a local restaurant here and I had myself a Cobb salad. That was the first day. The second day, which was yesterday, was Taco Tuesday. Now, if any of you know me, you know that tacos are my favorite food on the planet. That's all there is to it. But watch, I don't know what they were thinking because there was chaos is what it is. There was taco everywhere. The tables were covered with the meat and the cheese, and then there was corn and there were beans and there was kids that didn't know how to put the stuff in. And then there was some kid that had the soft taco shell and he made a burrito and then it fell out the bottom end. So it was Taco Tuesday. It was awesome. And the kids' level, their energy was up here. These kids were having a blast. So I'm standing there. So you have to stand back and look at all the tables and make sure, if someone raises their hand, you go over and you help them, right? So there's one raises his hand and I go over. As I'm walking over, I notice this other little kid with a fork. Let's flash back to The Little Mermaid, the scene where she's in the kitchen or in the dining room and she has a dingle hopper, a fork in her hand, and she's combing her hair. Well, this little boy proceeds to comb his own hair with the plastic fork. And then the kid sitting next to him, he's combing his hair. Turns out it was not a clean fork. So, oh yeah, Rebecca, so it's not a clean fork. So he's brushing his own hair with taco meat and cheese and, So a sentence you never thought you'd say is, oh, honey, we don't comb our hair with plastic forks. That was yesterday's sentence. I'm going to just write down all the sentences that you never thought you'd say, but you say them. And It was so funny. These kids, first of all, oh no, they had forks and spoons, which is a smart idea, but no, they had forks and spoons. So then there's this little girl sitting there, and she's got this sad little face. Now, there's a basket. So if the kids bring their lunch or buy their lunch or whatever, and there's something on their tray that they don't open or they don't want and it's not open, there's called a share basket. So they, instead of throwing out food, they put it in the share basket. Well, this little girl's sitting there with her little sad face. And I went up, I said, honey, what's wrong? Now, she has a full tray of tacos, not touched, full tray of tacos. And I said to her, you know, what's the matter? She goes, I don't like any of this. And I said, well, you went through the buy line. I said, why didn't you get something else? Well, because her little friend next to her got all the taco stuff and she wanted her friend to like her. So she grabbed all the taco stuff that the other girl liked, even though she hated tacos. So she got an entire tray full of everything she hated. So I sent her up to the share basket. So I know. So I said to her, go on up to the share basket and see what's up there. Well, it turned out there was one extra milk, an orange, and some fruit snacks. So she went ahead and she had that for her lunch because the other lunch ladies were just like, well, it's too bad. If she doesn't like it, she took it and she can't get another lunch. And I was thinking, you can't send a kid back to class. It's her lunch. You can't not. So I went around inconspicuously, and it was time some of the kids, because you can let them clean up now, right? So as the kids were cleaning up, I leaned down to a couple of them and I said, if you're not going to eat that, please put it in the share basket. And I let the little girl go back up one more time, and I think she got some Teddy Grahams or something like that. So she at least got something, you know what I mean? But I just couldn't, it broke my heart. I just couldn't let her, couldn't do it. So that was fun. And then, so as the kids are leaving, they get in line, and they're lining up and they're waiting. Well, this one girl is all jiggly and dancy and this and da da da. And I looked at her, I went, I put my hand upon my hip, and I dip, you dip, we dip. And her face lit up. And she's like, you know that? And she starts putting her hand on her hip. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. So cute. So it was a fun day. Now today, the good morning, Missy. How are you? Good morning. So today, the position for the cafeteria aide was already filled. Today I get recess. I can't wait to share the stories with you guys about recess. Well, it's funny you say that, Isabel, because my nephew, last year I substituted actually in his class for 2 days. Hi, Barbara. And this year he asked his mom, where's Aunt Kim? Why isn't she my teacher? So I do, you know what? I understand rules, and I understand, you know, you can't let the kids go crazy, and I understand, but you also got to let them be kids, you know, like the one kid, he made such a mess making his taco, but he ate every bit of it. And then I gave him a napkin and he cleaned up his mess. You know what I mean? So it was like, you just got to give him a little bit. This one little girl sitting there flipping her water bottle, flipping it, trying to land it on its base. And I went over to her and I said, well, that's not bothering me. I said, it might be the fact that it's bothering someone else. You know the rules better than me. Is that something you should be doing? She's like, no. Okay, thank you. They're just so fun. I can't help it. They really are fun. So, oh, and then last story, I promise. One little kid raises his hand. I go over. Good morning. Oh, I already said that. Good morning, everybody that I missed. So I go over to this little boy. Now there's 4 little boys sitting together, and there's one little girl on the other side of the table on the edge of the boys. So the one boy raised his hand. He said a bad word. I'm like, oh no. I looked at the one who supposedly said the bad word. I'm like, did you? He's like, yeah. And the one kid across the table goes, well, he said the I word. And I swear to you guys, I had no idea what. I'm like, the I word. What? Wow. So I looked at the one kid and I'm like, well, what word did he say? And they went, he said it. I said, oh, you can't tell me because then you're saying the bad word. So all of us would be saying bad word. Yes, it was idiot. But that was so funny because I had no idea. So I'm like, well, you can't say it. And then the little girl who's sitting on the edge of the boys, she goes, he said idiot. I can't. They're so fun. They really are so fun. And so now I know the I word is idiot. Now, those of you that know my brother know that I call him that all the time. Maybe it's not nice. Now I know it's a bad word, so I won't do it anymore. But I thought that was so funny. He said it. I'm like, oh, you can't tell me because then you're saying a bad word. So I got them all to smile and agree that they wouldn't say bad words. So, oh, Taco Day was definitely interesting. But then after I got off work, I went to the local Mexican restaurant and I had some tacos. In my defense, there were no margaritas, just seltzer water. But I'm going to try to stop myself from the habit of stopping at a restaurant and eating whatever the kids were eating when I leave. So what am I working on? Well, Miss C, they're so fun. They're just, and this now it was my second day, right? So a couple of the kids, they raised their hands and then they forgot. Oh, it's tough, Vivian. It's really tough. So a couple of the kids, they'd raise their hand and I'd get over there and I'd say, what do you need? And they go, I don't remember. I said, you just wanted to say hi to me. And they smile. So the second day, which was yesterday, same kiddo raised his hand. I go over and he goes, I just wanted to say hi. They're so genuine, these kids, you know. They really are the best. So what am I working on? I am making, this is going to be my cocoon cardigan. And I'm using that, Michael, these kids, I'm telling you, they're adorable. I can't wait for recess. I can't imagine what we're in for today. It really does, Miss C. So I told the kids as I'm walking around, you know, they're just getting settled, first class of them. And I was like, oh, it's taco day. And I was like, did you do the taco dance? And they look at me. I'm like, oh, you got to do the taco dance. You got to do the taco dance. And they were like, taco. It was cute. You know what I mean? Let the kids be kids. I get it. Don't let them do, you know, don't let them throw food and stuff, but let them have fun. Right? Today should be very interesting. But anyway, so I have a couple of granny square blankets that I wanted to make into the cardigans. But good morning, Bibi. I decided instead, because the one that I made, I don't like the actual blanket pattern that's on it. So I figured I would make one specifically for it that doesn't have the pattern. And yes, I'm using that yarn that I was using for my poncho that's over there. So, and this is the stuff that I got at the Salvation Army. Moonlight Mohair. And it's called Rainbow Falls. Here's a question, you guys. When I sew it all up, see, I'm stuck on the thing again. when I sew it all up and I'm going to do like a border around, should I do it in the same yarn or should I try to find one of these colors and do it and do it in one of these sparkly colors? What would you do? I'm thinking, because I don't want any color variation, that I would use the same yarn and just do some regular, you know, straight rows on it. But I want opinions from you guys, because this is for true, no taking a blanket and making it into a cocoon cardigan. This is specifically being made to make into the cardigan. So, and my thought, if you hear clicking, I've got my genie over there with this on here. I am reading all of this. I don't know. Okay. All right. So anyway, if you hear clicking, I've got it over there on my genie. So what do you guys think? Help me out. Should I try to find another spark? But I don't want it to be like a sparkly sweater that I don't wear ever, right? I want it to be like one that I can throw on and go to the store if I'm chilly. So I guess my point is I don't want to go with like loops and threads or something like that because it just doesn't fit. And I don't want to go with sparkly black or sparkly. Use the same yarn. Yeah. I know. Amber, I was asking because I want to make a border once I close this up and make the cocoon cardigan. Use the same yarn. Okay. That's what I was leaning towards, but I just wanted to, yeah, so it'll be kind of like the one I'm wearing, right? So it'll be like, yeah, kind of like the one I'm wearing where you can see it's a different stitch. Okay. And yes, it's a little chilly here, so I got myself buttoned up like Granny. Plus my shirt doesn't match underneath, so I wanted to cover it up. You just never know what's going on. Oh, actually, this is a store-bought one. And it is an inspiration for a couple others I want to make, but it is a store-bought one, and I love it. Hold on. Oh, keep it simple, Sue. I thought Miss C was sending Michael a kiss. I didn't think she was telling me to keep it simple. I thought she was, okay. All right. I can't, you guys. Oh, good, Sam. At least I'm not alone. I'm like, oh, isn't that sweet? She's sending Michael a kiss. Yeah. Oh, good. See? Oh, that's cute. The fake fur. Yeah. Yeah, Michael actually showed some new fur yarn on his video. Well, Vivian, good. See, Sam and I do know the phrase keep it simple, stupid, but I didn't know, or maybe that's not keep it simple, Simon, keep it simple something. I'm just going to keep it simple and use the same yarn if I have enough. And the thing is, I'm going back to that Salvation Army today to see if there's any more. Because just because I want to make sure I have plenty, which I do. Silly. Oh, thank you, Amber. See, I need to learn these things now that I'm among the kiddos. Keep it simple, silly. Trying to learn. Yep, I get it. I get it. There's the I word, the S word. I thought there was only like, S word was a whole different S word to me, but we won't go into that. So anyway, speaking of bad language, I may have gone to Michael's and used the Y word. Yarn. Yeah, no, that's perfect, Amber. That's exactly what I need to know. Because I know that that word is a bad word. I know it is. The other S, they're all bad S words, aren't they? So I went to Michael's and I had a voucher. I had a $5 voucher. And I bought the Y word. Smarty's good. Yep. So I bought a couple of Karen cakes because I love them. Not my fault. They were on sale. I had a voucher. I also needed I needed a new blade for my Cricut. Good morning, Kimmy. I needed a new blade for my Cricut, so I went on there, and you know, once you get on Michael's, and somehow I had an $85 gift card, and I'm going to pick it up today, so it's free pickup at the store, which is always dangerous because now I'm walking in Michael's and oh, it's a never ending cycle of yarn. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys a favor since it's for charity. Whoa, hold on. Right? Since it's for charity, if you guys think of it, could you mention the auction for tomorrow night? I don't want to take a lot of, it's just since the auctioning off of these is for the hurricane victims, and I believe that tomorrow night Milton is going to be in full swing while we're on air. So, so if anybody thinks of it, maybe just give a shout out to the charity auction for tomorrow night. I did put up a couple videos. I put it on Facebook as well as a video on YouTube. So I'm just trying to get a lot of people to come in so I can. Okay. I want to get a lot of people to come in so I can raise as much money for the hurricane victims as I can. I chose one of the charities that Margaret mentioned. So good morning, Gloria. I chose one of those charities, and the link is in the video. And yeah, so I'm also doing it through StreamYard. So I don't know why that matters. I'm doing it through StreamYard. But I have, let me look here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've got about 30 of the cakes for the bake sale, and I've got these two, plus I've got a shawl for the charity. So what am I doing? Jeez. So there we go. If you can. I mean, I'm not trying to whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to do or not do. But anyway, if you could, that'd be cool. And then once the auction is over, I'll do a screenshot so everybody can see that the money went to the charity. So thank you, Margaret, for that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I am. Oh, Kimberly, isn't it fun? Telling you, so much fun. Well, it was funny because I was winding cakes just out of open skeins, right? Just out of open skeins. And then I saw Amber was using scrap yarn to do hers. So then I went to mix both. Yeah, it's too much fun. So even though I started with the cakes just using, half skeins, Amber gave me the idea of the scrap cakes, which it's really fun to make. And I couldn't stop the other day either. You just keep winding and winding and so here you go. I have a question, you guys. Do you think I should auction off a couple of these as well? I know, Kathy, I'm sorry. Let me know if you think I should do these little guys as well for the charity. And then Kathy, I'll explain what happened. I love you too. It was just one of those days where it was just a little too much. So I called the guy at the library and I told him, I said, with work and stuff, I couldn't do I skipped crochet club yesterday, you guys. I just couldn't do it. I was exhausted. So that's that. Well, good idea, Sam. I did have a great time with the kids, and I did feel really guilty not going to crochet club. But it was just one of those things where life, and I couldn't do it all. Plus, I had to finish making the food for the baby, and I had to finish making Amanda's turkey meatloaf, which you guys, can we talk about the turkey meatloaf for a minute? So I ended up, I took a pound. So tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, it is already up on my, it's up on my channel as an upcoming event. So it's 7 p.m. Eastern. I do have a video teasing it, Miss C. If you want to see that, it pretty much has all the information you need. So anyway, turkey meatloaf. You're welcome. Thank you. So I took 1.5 pounds of ground turkey, and I didn't have breadcrumbs. So I'm looking through the cabinet and I found some. Do you guys have, it's a seafood restaurant, Red Lobster? Well, I had a box of Red Lobster cheddar biscuit mix. So I was like, all right, I'm going to put 1/4 cup of that in there, give it a little different flavor. And there's the texture from the breadcrumbs because it's okay. So I put that in there and I mix it. I put in 1 egg, and then I took 2 pieces. Hi, Melissa. I took 2 pieces of bread. I chopped them all up. And then I took some spicy mustard, put that in there. Exactly, Kimmy. That's why I took yesterday afternoon. Okay, so then let's see. So I stirred it all up. I put some salt and pepper in there. And the mustard was so good. So it added this different, but anyway, so I put it in I cook it in my air fryer because I haven't turned on my real oven since I bought the air fryer. So I put it in at 375 for 25 minutes. 5 minutes in, I took a can of chicken gravy because I didn't have turkey gravy. And I covered it with that, put it back in. It came out tasting like Thanksgiving dinner. It's like I made Thanksgiving dinner meatloaf. It came out so good. I cannot wait for Amanda to taste it tonight. I can't wait. So what should I make next week for her? I think I'm going to make tuna casserole. Do you guys like tuna casserole? So I do mine a little different because I don't really care for mushrooms. So I use cream of celery soup instead of cream of mushroom. Yeah, the cheddar biscuits. So Kimmy, I use that just a 1/4 cup. You don't like tuna casserole? It really came out really good, Melissa. And the funny thing is, if Amanda likes it, I don't know if I can reproduce it. Yeah, the seasoning was all mixed in. So that biscuit mix, all I did, it's all in there. All you have to do is add an egg and cook it. So it's all in there. Yeah, it came out really good. So I think next week, Amanda always did like my tuna casserole. So I think I'll make that for her. Yum. Your kids will eat sushi? Good for you. I don't even know all the adults in my life won't eat sushi. Isn't that funny? So, but anyway, it came out really good. And then for the baby, I took a fresh apple and a fresh banana. And thank you. And I did the apple like I was doing applesauce. I boiled it and steamed it. And then I mashed up a banana and I made apple banana sauce. Smelled really good. And then let's see, he's got pumpkin. And then I did chicken in the crock pot. So I put the chicken in the crock pot while I went to work. And then when I got home, I mixed the chicken with some of the broccoli. And I also did chicken with some cauliflower. So anyway, I'm really excited to see Amanda tonight and the baby, of course. I swear it's once a week I see him and he changes so much. Wow. Kimmy, you're sick too. So that's you, Margaret, Michelle, who's not on this morning, I don't think. So, and good morning to everyone. If you're just popping in or just stopping by, please, everybody, be diligent. Be diligent with your health. Be diligent with the storm coming. Too many of you have got the sickies. Yeah, Australia is pretty cool, right? Yeah, Amanda and I really aren't big fish people. My orange snowman. Well, that's what I asked Amber. Do you think I should auction off a couple of these guys? Nobody answered me because they were. I should do like they do in the cafeteria. So that people will listen. What am I doing? I'll put them there and see if they want some. See if anybody wants them. So I have the, I should? Okay. I have a few. I have a snowman. I have a Halloween one. I have this pumpkin one. I have Santa Claus. I have a reindeer, the gingerbread man. I have a bunch of them. So I'll bring them and I'll put them in here as part of the backdrop for it. So I really want to get this finished. Oh, I'm excited, you guys. I'm going out to dinner with my brother Friday night, my brother and sister-in-law. I sort of invited myself. So it was my sister-in-law's birthday on the 6th. All right, you guys, I will. Okay, thank you. So, and then her family, they all do like birthday, anniversary, this and that. And I went last year and it was really fun. So when I heard her on the phone with her son over the weekend, she's like, yeah, we're all in for, because it's the hibachi place. So they cook it right in front of you and this and that. And I'm like, I want to come. So I invited myself. So Friday night, I'm going out to dinner with my brother and my sister-in-law and her family. And then I will be coming home after that. And Saturday morning, Fritzy and I will be going out to camp. So this is getting pretty. You know what I love about this yarn? Both sides are nice. It doesn't matter. All right, so I'll get the rest of those. I'm in my head, I'm playing out how I'm going to do this tomorrow night. It could be a little choppy at first, so please bear with me. But please invite as many people as you can think of. I would like to auction off those and try to get as much money as possible. So that's what we do. Good morning, Sugar. How are you? Sugar, good morning, honey, honey. Sorry, I hadn't sang in a bit, so I had to. It's too funny. So I did feel guilty missing Crochet Club yesterday, but it was one of those, I just knew I needed to sit still for a minute. Because you know what, you guys, I'm not used to standing for 2.5 hours. And not only that, it's not just standing. I'm running from table to table and this and that. And then I'm cleaning the tables and then running from table to table. So it's a bit. And I don't know what I'm in for. It's not raining, so I'm hoping recess will be outside. So we shall see. Kathy, was Mary there at Crochet Club? Okay. Well, I'm sorry I missed it. I feel like a slacker, but you know, yeah. Well, Sugar, you hang tight. I'll think of something silly to get your mind off of things. I have family there as well. It's one of those, we're not gonna. Nice. Well, I'm sorry I missed you. That would be funny. Missy, that would be funny. All right, what can I do to help take Sugar's mind off things? Let's find a silly subject. Silly subject. Oh, you do love the orange snowman? I'm going to put him in the auction tomorrow night. Lori. Well, I was... Where the heck have you been? Lori, getting ready for your trip. So travel safe, be careful, and give him a hug for me. Give them both a hug and kiss for me. Do you want to build a snowman? That's it. I'm going to sing to you now forever. Because you're my best friend. Da, 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 da. Come on. What was that show? The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Does anybody remember that show? People, let me tell you about my best friend. Yeah. Hello, Camille. Welcome. Yeah, okay. Margaret, I was waiting. I knew you'd remember. He's my up, my down, my pride and joy. That's too funny. The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Holy moly. See? Oh, that reminds me. Yesterday, one of the little kids raised their hand, so I went down to their table. And I said, can I help you, honey? And she goes, oh, no, I was just answering. She said, someone at the table asked who liked green beans. So she raised her hand for green beans. And then I said, oh, all right. What are you guys talking about? And she says, we're talking about favorite things. She says, and now we're about to talk about We're about to talk about shows that were on when we were kids. They're second grade. Shows that were on when we were kids. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, because you're so old now. You're so old you still can't open your milk. Oh, I love it. It was funny because I was talking to my daughter about it, and she's like, "Why do you do that?" I said, "Why wouldn't I? It's so fun." I'm so excited for today. I'm sore, and don't get me wrong, I have loaded up on my acetaminophen, but I am having a blast. And this is what you should do. Right, like they're so old now, sugar. Well, we're talking about shows when we were a kid. Okay. But I am sore, but oh my goodness, I love it. This is what you're supposed to do when you retire. Retire from the job that makes you crazy to do a job that makes you laugh. And that's so I'm waiting for them to post that supervisor position because every time I'm in there, she's like, keep looking for it. So they were talking about, I think it was cocoa melon. I think that's the word they said. I think that is the word they said. But it was so funny because I didn't know. You know, I think back to the shows, you know, Real Monsters and Rugrats from when my daughter was little. I don't know what shows these kids are watching. So. Sorry, I have the gotta finishes on this, you guys. I've got the gotta finishes, and I'm getting there. I hope it doesn't make me itch. Peppa Pig. Now, I know that one because when I was back at my career job, we used to adopt kids from the local town. Oh, I haven't done it in a little bit, sugar. But I know that about Peppa Pig because I used to adopt like 2 or 3 little kids, and they wanted a Peppa Pig, so I had to learn what that was. But the left-handed crochet is slow. It's still there. I haven't given up. But now I've got the gotta finishes on this because I really want to wear this sweater Friday night when I go out to dinner. There's a few really weird shows out right now, Rebecca, that I mean, I look at the stuff when I was little, like New Zoo Review and Land of the Lost, and you know, all of those really shows that we thought were, you know, we look back. Oh, how about Hatterville with Witchy Poo and all of those? I look back at those and I thought those were weird, but now I don't know. There's some really odd ones. So how can they be so crazy and still be politically correct, right? I hadn't either until they said it. So there's just so many. And there's this guy on YouTube, okay, you guys? They use him in the classrooms. They use him in the classrooms as brain breaks. So you get the kids on the carpet or wherever, and you put this guy, and all he does is he gets the wiggles out. Brilliant. He's brilliant. Yep. He teaches them something, like he'll be counting or doing colors or whatever, but he's literally just giving the teacher a minute to breathe. Yes, or you tell me that show, Real Monsters. You tell me they weren't on something back in the day. Really? Yeah, well, this guy on YouTube, man, first of all, the 2 days I was subbing, he saved me. But he's brilliant, man. He's making money just teaching kids colors and dancing. Oh, I know it's true. Look back at an episode, Lori. Look back at an episode of the New Zoo Review with Henrietta Hippo and Freddie the Frog. We have like, oh, we had Vroom Zoom Zoom. Come on, what was the name of that? It was like motorcycles and cars that could talk, but there was a cartoon. I can't remember it. Yeah. You do, BB, you don't remember the New Zoo Review? So it was a guy and a girl, and they had friends that were a hippo, a frog, an owl, Henrietta Hippo, Freddie the Frog, the wise old owl, and there was another one. I can't remember who, but anyway, back in the day, those were the things to watch. And somebody was talking about the Land of the Lost the other day. Teletubbies. Now that Teletubbies were between my daughter, and so I miss the Teletubbies. I think, thank goodness, because they're just weird, right? They're just like bubbly things. The Electric Company. Charles Nelson Riley. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the good old days, man. Come on. Yes, living in the land of the lost. So here's the question, Sugar, because we couldn't remember sitting at the fire on Saturday night. Did the land of the lost have 3 moons or 2? Yes, that was the topic of conversation. Yeah. With the slee stack were terrifying, though. Wait, am I screwing this up? I don't want to mess this up. No. So, Amber, one of the little kids said to me at lunch, "Oh, I just wish I was home playing Fortnite." I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know it's a game, but I have no idea what it is. But come on, Sugar. Did we have two moons or 3 on the land of the lost? 2. Yeah, the slee stack were awful. And you knew they were coming because you'd hear the hissing noise, right? All right. So I started this with the magic circle, and I almost wish I didn't because it's a little puckered, but I don't think that's going to matter. Yeah, I know it's a video game, but I've never seen it, Amber. That was my point. This is a little puckered, but I don't think it's going to matter once I fold it over. And I don't think I'm going to sew the sleeves all the way up like this one is. I think I'm just going to join it and then do some rows around the outside. So I agree, and that's why advertising works, you guys. Think about it. Why do you think advertising puts everything into a jingle? Because that's what people relate to. 3 moons. Okay. So that, I mean, yes, I did advertising for 25 years, but think about it. Think when you were a little kid, Snap, Crackle, Pop, Rice Krispies, or the Burger King song, or the McDonald's, they all had songs, and that's because that's how you learn better. That's my marketing goal that's my marketing lesson for the day. That is all I got for the marketing for today. B-O-L, exactly. Cause Oscar Mayer has a way. B-O-L-O-G-N-A, exactly. See? and it works. And they know it, especially with kids, you know? So the best part of waking up, baby? Yeah. The Big Mac song. 12 beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions. The Maxwell House. See? Yep. Exactly, Elizabeth. Oh, it's too funny. All right, I'm going to put this down because I just came to the end of another skein of it. Let me. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 11 more of these. Well, hello, Craft Gypsy. I am working on my first start to finish cocoon cardigan. Well, you're going to have to put a link to that video because now I need to know why Miss C's in tears. So anyway, Michael, if you could join tomorrow night, that would be awesome. If you could stop in just to say hello. I'm doing that charity auction as well as my bake sale. You guys quit ditching me to go watch the short. We've got 9 minutes left. Where's Russ? I'm kidding. I am kidding. I'm probably done babbling anyway. Look, here I tell you I'm putting it down and then I tie on another one. Whatever, Amber. Whatever. Well, that's it. I got nothing to talk about for the last 9 minutes. Forget it. There's so I don't know if I told you guys, I definitely absolutely canceled Fritz's surgery. Not doing it. Not doing it. I'm not cutting him if I don't need to. Oh, thanks, Margaret. Now everybody can ditch me and go watch that. Come on. I am. Yes, I am. I have it over there. I got the Gotta Finishes on this. I absolutely love. I tried the half double Tunisian, and I don't love it as much as the regular half double. So I just saw pop up in my feed that Michael put up a tutorial for the double. So I want to see how that goes. Yeah, they suggested surgery because his kneecap is out. So picture this as the kneecap. It's supposed to sit in like this, and his is slipped over here. Now, they say it bothers him, but here's a couple things. One, he can run like lightning. He doesn't limp on it much. He almost walks like it's a stiff leg, not a sore leg. Oh, I know, BB. So they also have not even taken an x-ray of it. So I can't do it. I'm not going to cut him if I don't have to. So that's that. And the funny thing is, I was on the fence about it. And River Life is like, I don't know if I have a say in his surgery or not. He goes, but I don't think they should do it. So it was almost like here I was sitting on a fence and he just walked by and went, knocked me off. So. Well, Michael, they were going to grind out the cavity where his kneecap is supposed to sit. They were going to grind that out and have it sit in there deeper. I can't do it. I don't want my baby to go through something he doesn't have to go through. And they can take an x-ray. They just haven't. No, see, it was like that, Amber, and now it just stays out. Because they gave it, they said it's like level 1 to 4, and his is like a 3.5. So it's really bad. But I'm telling you, he runs like a deer. Like nothing slows him down. And I think all I needed, honestly, was someone to agree with the message in the back of my head saying, you really don't want to do this. You really don't want to do this. And when, River Life is like, you really don't want to do it? I just was like, you're right. I'm not doing it. So it was just, someone had to voice my concern out loud. So, and they did. At first, they had me popping it back in, Amber. Exactly. He's just fine. Like I said, if there's a time when it comes to the point where he's limping on it and doesn't put his foot down, yes. Right. Right. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. And when we're laying in bed, I'll stretch his little leg out and I'll massage it and I'll rub it, to give him some therapy on it. But, and that's all I have to say about that. Exactly. If he was in a lot of pain, I would do it, but he's not. And he runs and he plays. I mean, anybody that has seen videos of him, you can see him darting around. He loves it. He loves running. He loves playing. So I'm not going to worry about it. I tried that, Sam. Fritzy's only 2, Vivian. Sam, I ordered a brace for him. But trying to put a brace on his little teeny tiny leg, his leg is thinner than my crooked pinky. Yeah, he's running after puppies. His little leg is smaller than my pinky. So trying to get a brace on him is like trying to get a brace on Jell-O. And he's 2. So he did. My little Fritzy biting puppies on the butt. So, okay, Amber, you take it and you fold it in half. Here. You take it and you fold it in half and you sew halfway up for the armholes. And then it's kind of hard to explain. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll show you, Amber. I'll show you once I get to the point where I'm not going to pull a stitch out. Yeah, so yeah, you fold it in half, stitch the sleeves, and then you can wear it like a cocoon. And like I said, I cheated with the other one. I already had the blanket done. So I wanted to start this one from scratch because remember, Mishi is going to make a poncho and I'm going to make that. So yeah, Michael, that's a great idea. All right, you guys, we are at 59 minutes and I have to get ready for recess. So I bet y'all can't wait to hear about recess tomorrow. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Going to have recess stories, baby stories, all sorts of fun stuff for tomorrow. Have a great day. Everybody in Florida, please, please, please be safe. Items can be replaced. People cannot. Just please be safe. My heart is with you. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. I love you guys, and I hope to see all of you back here tomorrow. All right? Missy, I can't wait either. I'm going to go have breakfast, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, always be happy, be kind, be safe, and be creative. I'll see you guys tomorrow.